Before we begin today's part of the 40 Rules of Love, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Easy Listen and Learn English. This series is full of wisdom, love, and lessons that can touch your heart and improve your English too. So don't miss the next parts, hit subscribe now and stay connected. And if you enjoy this video, share it with your friends, because love and learning grow when shared. Ella. Northampton, May 21, 2008. Braced for a quarrel, David came home early the next morning. He found Ella asleep with Sweet Blasphemy open on her lap and an empty wine glass by her side. He moved closer to pull the blanket over her but stopped and turned away instead. 10 minutes later, Ella woke up, hearing him take a shower in the bathroom. She wasn't surprised. David could spend the night with other women, but he always came home for his morning shower. When he walked through the room, Ella pretended to be asleep. That way, he didn't have to explain where he had been. Less than an hour later, David and the kids were gone, and Ella was alone in the kitchen. Life felt normal again, as if nothing had happened. She opened her favorite cookbook, Culinary Artistry Made Plain and Easy, and chose a long list of recipes to fill her day. Clam chowder, pasta with 5 cheeses, rosemary veal ribs, and a green bean salad. For dessert, she picked a warm chocolate soufflé. Ella loved cooking for many reasons. It gave her peace, focus, and a quiet kind of joy. In the kitchen, she could forget the world and lose herself in her work. For her, cooking was safer than love, it only needed time, care, and ingredients, not another person. People on TV called cooking creative and experimental, but Ella disagreed. She thought it was about following traditions and learning from the past. Recipes held the wisdom of generations, and she respected that. In her kitchen, there was no need for change, only patience and skill. Ella liked routines too. Breakfast at the same time, weekends at the same mall, and dinner parties on the first Sunday of every month. David was always busy with work, so she managed everything at home. She cooked, cleaned, helped the kids, and ran all the errands. On Thursdays, she joined her cooking club. Fridays were for the farmer's market, where she chatted and learned about new ingredients. Saturdays were date nights with David, Thai or Japanese food, and sometimes quiet kisses afterward. Their love had softened, turning more into habit than passion. Sex no longer mattered much to Ella. It had once been a big part of her life, but now she felt free without it. Still, she knew David hadn't given it up, just with her. He was careful with his secrets, and no one knew about his affairs. Ella stayed silent, pretending not to see. She often wondered what came first, her coldness or his cheating. Maybe she had stopped caring before he did, or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, the light between them had faded. Their marriage had become calm but empty. To keep her hands busy, Ella cooked all afternoon. She chopped, stirred, and baked bread, a habit learned from David's mother. Nothing reminds a man of home like the smell of fresh bread, she used to say. So Ella baked, filling the house with its warm, sweet scent. By evening, the table looked beautiful, candles, flowers, and matching napkins. It could have been in a magazine. She turned on the TV and watched the news, crime, accidents, and fires everywhere. The world outside seemed so dangerous, yet strangely alive. Ella thought of Aziz Zahara, the writer she'd been reading about. How could he travel to unsafe places with such courage? She admired that spirit. People like her hid at home, while people like him explored the world. At 7:30, the family sat down to dinner. The candles glowed softly, making everything look perfect. The kids chatted about their day, filling the silence between their parents. For a moment, it almost felt like peace, but as Ella watched David eat, her thoughts darkened. She imagined him with another woman, beautiful, bold, and confident. The picture hurt, yet it also made her see her own life more clearly. Something inside her began to shift. That night, while finishing her meal, Ella felt a calm certainty rise within her. One day, she would leave it all, the house, the kitchen, the children, even David. She would walk into the world, dangerous or not, and finally live her own story. The Master. Baghdad, January 26, 1243. Being part of a dervish lodge needs great patience, and Shams of Tabriz had very little of it. Yet 9 months have passed, and he is still with us. At first, I thought he would leave soon, because he hated a life of strict rules and routines. He was born to live free, like a wild bird in the open sky. I believe many times he almost ran away. Still, his desire to find his true companion was stronger than his love for solitude. Shams believed that one day, I would tell him where to go and whom to find. With this faith in his heart, he chose to stay. During these months, I watched him carefully. It seemed as if time moved faster for him than for others. What took normal dervishes months or years to learn, Shams learned in weeks. He was curious about everything and deeply observed the world around him. Many days I saw him sitting in the garden, admiring the shape of a spider's web or watching dewdrops shine on flowers. He found joy in nature, in insects, plants, and animals, more than in books. But then, suddenly, I would find him lost in reading an old manuscript. He could spend days reading without pause, then weeks without opening a single book. When I asked him why, he said the mind must be fed but not spoiled. Intellect and love are made of different materials, he told me. The mind is careful, but love takes risks. Intellect warns, don't lose control, Shams said, but love whispers, go ahead, take the plunge. The mind stays strong, but love breaks easily, and in those ruins, treasures are hidden. A broken heart hides treasures. His words stayed with. As I grew to know him better, I admired his courage and wisdom. But I also saw that his honesty could hurt others. I had taught my dervishes to stay silent about people's faults. Shams, however, spoke directly whenever he saw something wrong. He never softened his words, and that offended many. But he liked to provoke others, to test what was inside them when they got angry. He believed truth mattered more than comfort or politeness. Forcing him to follow simple rules was nearly impossible. He quickly lost interest in daily chores and routines. If he found a talk boring or someone foolish, he would simply walk away. He had no patience for small talk or social manners. Comfort, safety, and happiness meant very little to him. Shams also mistrusted words. Sometimes he stayed silent for days, believing that words often caused misunderstanding. Most problems, he said, come from wrong words. In love, language loses meaning. Silence can express what words cannot. Over time, I began to worry about him. He burned with such passion that I feared he might one day burn himself out. A soul like his, I thought, could easily be drawn into danger. But only God decides our fate and the time of our leaving. Still, I tried to help Shams slow down and learn calmness. For a short while, I believed he was changing, becoming more peaceful and steady. But then winter arrived, bringing a messenger from far away. The messenger carried a letter. That letter changed everything.